to create a tweet like that where people really are going to want to habitually pay attention to you, what's the secret?
Okay, I think the secret is really the secret of learning to power connect, learning how to connect. And once you do that, then you're going to be able to do it in different medias. Now, I think it's also true. People will often say to me, Dr. K, what is the best networking site? You know, which one do you think I should use? And it's not a one-size-fits-all. Same as some people like radio, some people like television, both for listening as well as their appearances. Some people like to be one-on-one, and some people love to be in a party. There are different networks that are going to be appropriate for different people. So for me personally, while I use a number of different networks and I use them for different things in different ways, and I talk about this I've got a teleseminar coming up. I'll be going into this in a lot of detail. For me, as a daily connection, you know, what's the most fun and where have I had the most response in my business? I love Twitter. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm not on LinkedIn and I don't use that every day. It doesn't mean I don't do some on Facebook. It doesn't mean that I don't blog. For me, Twitter is the one where it suits my personality. It suits my market is there. And so it's one that I'm on very frequently. However, when I work with somebody in a teleseminar or my private clients, I really help them look at how they like to connect. What's their style? What are where are the people that they work with? Where do they hang out? Are they going to find them on Twitter? Are they going to find them on LinkedIn? Are they going to find them blogging? Are they going to find them in forums? So one of the things I do is I help people find the format where their market is, where people that they just like to hang out with are, and the one that suits their personality. I'm someone who likes things fast. And so for me, the chats that are on Twitter are phenomenal. There's a Journ chat for journalists and PR people. You've got a girls' night out on Tuesday nights. You've got branding chat. So for me, where I like things to be at a very fast pace, and I like to interact with many people, but really connecting one at a time, the Twitter format is excellent. There are other people that I work with that it's a place that they may have a presence, but it's not the one that is going to suit their personality or their market. Some people clearly are in a corporate environment where LinkedIn is better, or Zing, which has a lot of international executives, as well as a range of other people on that network. So I think there's a lot of great networks, and I think one of the things you need to do is to assess which one suits you, your market, your personality style, how you like to do updates. So that's one of the things that I work with people to figure out. And a platform is very important. You're not going to want to be on only one, but you're probably going to want to develop no more than 4 in a more intense way, more developed, unless you have a lot of staff. And then you have to be very careful about how you use that staff. Social media is not something that can just be outsourced like many other kinds of things that you do.
And the danger of outsourcing it is that they're not going to accurately represent you, or?
Well, the danger of outsourcing is that they are not you. So not only will they not accurately represent you, but let's say, Jonathan, that you sent me a message. You sent me a tweet. You sent me a direct message. And my assistant, who, you've spoken to her, let's say she answered it as me. And she just kind of answered it back. Well, if you found that out after a while, there are a couple of problems. How would you feel if you thought you were talking to me and you were talking to my assistant instead?
Sure.
Been here, Jonathan?
Sorry, Paul? Is that Paul?
Yeah, I got a quick question here or comment. We've got our own virtual assistants at part of what we do at Real Technology Group, and we tell them basically forward that email on to to the client in question. Don't try to answer anything tough. If it's like, hey, how you doing? Having a great day? Sure, reply back. But they take the drudge work out of the everyday stuff where the bots, I don't know how you feel about using different bots to get out and help promote yourself and so on. But there are some things that bots can't do, and then your virtual assistant, their best job is to weed through those emails and then find the ones that count and actually then reply back and then forward it on to the client, being you, and then you would then do your own reply back as our take. Now,
Absolutely. I mean, that's
How do you feel about bots in general?
Well, let me answer two things. What you said is absolutely true. I will use my assistant to weed through things. She'll even post a message if I am super busy or out of town. She'll say, Dr. K is tied up, but she'll get back to you. So I think that there's absolutely a place, especially when you have a very large social network. Now, there are companies that I'm working and setting up programs with them for social media, and what we're doing is there are specific things where somebody from the company will say, hey, I'm John, and I'm the one who's the face of Twitter or LinkedIn for. I'm working with my staff, with my bosses, with my whatever, and I'm the face of. So there are ways to do that. You can use virtual assistants to weed through, to give information. There are a lot of things, because I could not keep up on all of my social media without the help of an assistant, as active as it is. However, just what we said, we don't want them to pretend to be us. We don't want them to have the relationship. I got an invitation from somebody, and I thought it was them, and I'm going through this whole conversation, and when I found out that they didn't even know what was going on, it was like, huh? In fact, I have somebody who's been a little bit damaged because they hired somebody, they built a substantial list, the person was making comments as if it was them, and they were at an event and somebody said, what's Twitter? And they didn't even know what it was, which is kind of an extreme. This kind of thing happens.
We do try to get our clients to do their own twits. I mean, there's only so much a virtual assistant can do, and you can't really put on the persona of somebody to that degree unless you really know them well, and most low-paid virtual assistants are not going to be able to know your business inside and out,
Now,
so that's great. I love that. It's a wonderful.
The bot is a very interesting thing, because I think there's a use for bots, and yet people are so angry about them that now that's not happening. So to me, a use for bot, maybe the best thing I ever got from a bot was a statement that said basically, I am a bot. So-and-so will get, is answering DMs at the rate that they can. We just want to know we appreciate you, and that we want you to know we appreciate you, and that this is a bot, and we'll get back to you. I thought that was great. I would not be unhappy using a bot if I was out of town, if I was really tied up, and saying, look, guys, I can't get back to you right now. What I'm doing. Right. However, people are so angry at it now that there is now software that is either ignoring or even unfollowing people as soon as they're using a bot.